Well, hello there, YouTube. Welcome to a 34-degree Wednesday. The 15th, yeah. To look every day. It's funny how you go through a day and just don't pay attention. Especially this time of year when I'm not, filling out a whole lot of paperwork stuff on bikes and stuff like you just lose track of the date. You hear that Sasha roaming around in there trying to get to those cats. Goofy dog. She loves them cats. It's funny, like I've said before, they'll be out there in their pen and the cat's just wandering around them. I'm like, so you're sitting there watching them walk around you, but then when you're up and running around, you see one moving, you freak out. It's like, I don't know if she wants them to play or what. They definitely don't mean them any harm. They sure enjoy chasing them though. They'll be up on the patio or the front porch coming up there to love on Christy, the cats will. Dogs chasing them all around, just the typical cat and dog thing. But anyway, talk about stuff like that, being silly. But you gotta love the little animals. I can't get near the cats because I'm so allergic to them. But another heavy fog warning thing for today. It was supposed to end yesterday, but it got extended to today as well. Those things will happen. The weather was unpredictable. But anyway, welcome to the day, and y'all come on along, see what goes on. Guess what? It's foggy out here on the dirt road as well. This thing won't be too long. You can see the buds on all them little trees. See the little tiny buds on them? Even the trees go, we don't care that it's still January, we're ready to go.
Yes. Everybody's ready to go.
Yep.
Tired of being cold.
38 degrees, and at times, fog so thick, you literally couldn't hardly see the road.
It was thick.
Several hundred feet away, cars were disappearing in front of you.
That was crazy.
Yeah, nuts. But made it safe until, I guess Kelly says it's supposed to burn off here around noon.
Yeah.
What's sad is the last couple of days, there's no rain, it's sunshine. We've just never seen it. We left last night, it looked dark.
Yeah.
It's like we left work at 7 o'clock last night.
Yeah, the fog is so thick, and it's supposed to be foggy again tonight, so it's going to do the same thing.
Oh.
Hopefully it comes later after we get home or something.
Get these nice days that you don't know is nice because it's all fogged in.
I know.
Those things happen.
Yes, they do.
Mama?
Yes, I
Let's go in there and bust out a day.
All right.
It's hump day, by the way.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bump in the week.
Yeah. Get on the other side.
Yeah. It's coming. All right.
All right.
Have yourself a wonderful day there, Mama.
You too.
All right. Love you. See you, bye.
I love ya.
Bye-bye now. Guess what showed up today? Nice. I don't know who painted that thing. I think it's somewhere up north, Woodland, Longview, somewhere around there. Man, he does really good work. That's amazing. They're just sending those things. Once they run out, it's like BMW. You just get black parts. It's just black plastic. That's crazy. Wonderful. So I'll have that to do. Had some cracks in it and a bunch of scratches underneath. Once it's got some cracks and on the mounting points, it gets to be renewed. That's the old Champagne one over there. That's most of the pieces there. It's getting a new belt and all kinds of stuff. Here's the other parts for it all stacked in those boxes down there. All the skid pans and all that crazy stuff. Cool. But first job of the day. Oh, all I gotta do is pull the breather housing off of there, and it's got that T50 Torx on the end of the crankshaft, and I can spin that over to the B or the A thick pin, because I know that thing was tight. And it looks like bearing retainer on there. and why they had me take that thing off. But I'm sure I'll go into the, you know, the transmission rebuild that says, you know, parentheses, transmission removed, and I'll find the torque for it. It's just the main shaft going from the transmission all the way up to the clutch. And we'll get this thing, get to utilize my new jack and see how that all works out, and fight that nightmare going back in. And man, what a nightmare that thing was with all them plugs. Everything that had a release clip is just full of grunge. That's a whole lot of wires to go back together. Look at all that gaggle of stuff. Crazy. But thankfully, if nothing else, you have air that literally in detail. Sometimes their picture's a little funky. They show the picture too close and you can't tell where they're at on the motorcycle. You know, at least put an arrow or some kind of reference mark on there. But all the manufacturers do that. She's one dirty gal. And it's just that it reminds me of the mud that gets on these things, like when people go up to Prudhoe Bay or something in Alaska. It just, your bike is totaled after that. In my world, that's just too much junk that got in too many places, and yep, I'm done. Time to trade her off, clean her the best you can, move on to something else, because you wiped that one out. That jack is awesome. There she is. And that last, when I was using this thing has, they come with these rubber feet on them. And I literally, in fact, the strap is still here. I literally had to like drag the jack across the bench, and it was sitting in a different area. I moved it, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches, and yeah, it just slides perfectly fine on that rack. But what you got to do, got to spin her sideways and get her in. But the problem is even with if I had the proper holder for the BMW scissor jack, it's just as tall. In fact, it may even be taller. So it would be an issue whether I had the right tool or not. Hold on. That was Travis, the GM. The sunny weather comes all the questions. We've got several people that's already pre-ordered their 25 Spyders, and everybody's wondering which one comes with a camera, or do any of them come with the backup camera. I would imagine the Sea to Sky is probably gonna have it, and we can't seem to confirm whether any of the other ones do or not. He has the gentleman, I was just talking to him upstairs, he's picking up his bike, or his Spyder F3T. Well, he wants to get another 25 F3T, and is wondering, does it have the camera on it? Is that something he needs to order? And the gal that's had 3, she's had all except for the purple Sea to Sky, and whatever color that was. I think that was 22. Yeah. And then he went back to green in 23. But anyway, she's got a 24 Sea to Sky and wants to know, and wanted to actually order the camera. And Kelly got a hold of ERP, and they couldn't confirm whether it's backwards compatible or not. It's just, you're just way too early in the game. So a lot of people are very interested in that backup camera. That would be, especially if you got a limited with the bags and everything. I could see the usefulness of it. It'd be nice to, as we get older, we don't flex and spin around quite as easy as we used to, but it'd be handy. I would definitely use it if it was on there. Of course, if it's on there, it's just going to come on by default when you put it in reverse, I would imagine. But anyway, some things you just don't know until you know. And then sometimes, and I got to be careful because, like doing the updates and stuff, there'll be information in there that, you know, ultimately doesn't come with the unit, or a feature that's, whatever reason, it's not viable until, you know, you have to wait till the next year or something. You know, there's always something that comes up. So you got to be very careful what you, well, I seen Smoak's video, said it came with it. And then I get heat from above. I said, dude, I'm just going by, you know, I went, you know, logged into BossWeb and said, you know, what's new for 25 Can-Am Roadster, and that's the information I got. But they build those things, you know, they don't just, you know, the bike's not out and they go, oh, well, we better build up a training or info thing on it. That stuff's built beforehand, you know, and things gonna, you know, during the COVID, you know, the supply shortage. Remember the Sea to Skies were supposed to come with backrest every year of it, in fact, and it wasn't until last year that they finally started coming with them. They were color matched, you know, driver's backrest. So things happen. It's not a perfect world. Of course, everybody's got to get all in arms and go, BRB sucks, they promise this and promise that and blah blah blah. Dude, you know, it's not a perfect world. I'm sorry you think you live this perfect life, but you're wrong. Things happen. You know, they do the best they can. They're not doing it to be jerks. And people think it's some kind of, you know, conspiracy or something. Everybody's very quick to come up with negative sides of everything. I try to look at the positive side of things, if at all possible. You know, I'm one to talk about negative things, you know, doing things wrong with your motorcycle and stuff like that, but, you know, I'm not being negative towards the bike or whatever, you know what I mean. I see people doing things wrong that's just, you know, usually it's somebody trying to be cheap. But you buy an expensive motorcycle, the maintenance is probably going to be really expensive on it. That pretty much goes in cars, it don't matter what. That's just the way things are. Buy an expensive camera and you break the lens on it, it's going to cost you to get that fixed. But anyway, the heck is that? Oh, piece of dirt, looked like a leaf. Anyway, I'm thinking if I just hang out here and talk to you guys long enough, this thing may just, you know, one of those, you know, stop motion things. It places itself in there. We'll just all sit here and watch it together and go, hey, that was cool. The motor just installed itself. And the whole time, you know, I told you, you gotta lift back, lift. The whole time there's things you add to it. Pieces that go in as you go. You got these little plastic harnesses that run through the top of the cylinder and heads that all go in there. It's just a crazy thing. So the gentleman that's ordered the new 25 F3T is in for a oil change service here, and it kills my back to do an oil change on the ground. That's why I did not participate in lifting this motor up on from there to there, because yeah, it goes all the way back. Geez, that would be 33 years ago this year. It was early. It was just getting to be riding season, and I was working at St. John's Honda in St. John's, Oregon, and over kind of the North Portland side of things. And I was on my way home, and a drunk driver rear-ended me. I was on my 73 CL350. Bam! Boom! And I hit the hood, and he slams on the brakes, and he's dragging the bike as he's going. The bike's on the ground, just skidding. There's a little Datsun B210 or something like that. And anyway, so he slams on the brakes. I slide off the hood, and back in those days, they did not have pivoting foot pegs. You look at that now and you think, how could that ever be? But I've had several motorcycles that were that way back in the day, but it was a solid bar that bolted underneath and came out, and you inserted the rubber on the end of it. Anyway, I slid off and landed on that foot peg with the small of my back, and yeah, it's not good. Did I tell you about the chiropractor? It was the service manager at St. John's Honda. Says, "Oh, you got to go see this dude. He's the guy. He fixes my back all the time." Never been to a chiropractor before. So he goes in, does an X-ray, and he goes, "Oh, this is going to take a lot of work. You're a mess." He goes, "You got to see this X-ray." He puts this X-ray on the wall, and I'm looking, and I'm going, "What?" Literally, it showed, now, not, from looking at a side profile, because your back has that arch that it does. This was like looking straight on. My back was doing an S. I said, "Dude, I can reach and run my finger down my spine, and I can feel that my back is not, oh, yeah, you're all mad. What you feel and what's on that?" So I'm already in arms. Well, anyway, we did the first session of him kind of moving things around. I said, "Dude, you got to take it slow." Because, I was in extreme pain. And I don't think I had insurance and stuff at the time or something. I don't know what was going on in my life, but I couldn't afford to, go have any kind of surgery or whatever. But anyway, we were going along there, and it was the second time I went. There was, throw the first one off as an accident, an inappropriate touch of sorts, and he did it again, but this was no accident. I leaped out of that chair and I freaked out. I flipped out, and I never heard from the guy, never got a bill from the chiropractor ever. Never seen or heard from him again. And I had to, when I went home, I lived in Southeast, and St. John's over in North Portland, and I drove past that chiropractor going down Lombard Boulevard. I think it's Lombard. It's Lombard. And I went out towards 205 or I-5 and scooted across that way. But anyway, went by there every day thinking, I still feel like I need to go in there and, say something. I was telling the service manager that had me go there, and he confronted him, and he kind of fired him as a customer. And so it was, I don't know, month and a half later, I drove by there, and he was out of business. So yeah, crazy story. I have literally never told anyone but Kelly about that, and the service manager at St. John's Honda. I don't think he's even around anymore. I think I heard something about him, 15, 20 years ago. But crazy, huh? So I talked to you that long, and that motor's still sitting in the same place. I think we got a problem here. The automated engine install is not functioning. But look at this outside. There's probably some crazy white balance shifting here. But look at this. Just all of a sudden it just cut loose, and it just went boop. It just disappeared. Whew, that's bright. Kelly says the fog's supposed to come back again. I don't know if that's our area, here, or our area at home. I know the zoom, because the trees have all grown up, the zoom's not that well. But Mount Hood is right there. I can't zoom it anymore than that. It's only a 2x zoom. But cool, huh? Shoot. Anyway, I get back at it. Kind of weird about this thing is this the bike was like pinching itself together. You're supposed to hoist hold the bike up so the thing's dangling, but it just light pressure. You can see actually there's no pressure on it now, I just stuck up part of the little extension tube for that underneath there, and it's holding it far enough out of the way. You got to get it up and slide back, and you're going up, slide. And it slides really easy on the rack or the hoist, and you got to clear this lower frame rail between the shifter and the output shaft. The output shaft. Now, got to get in there. I know the stator sneaks its way through here somehow. I need to make sure that's in the right spot. And the drive shaft's out of it. I took it out because I got the new one in a box over. That's it sitting right there. So I'll have to pull the wheel back off, flip that. I'll install the shaft like normal. But while I got this out, I'll lube that real good before I plug it in. I won't do it until I get all the wires plugged in. Like when I did that wiring harness on that police bike. Actually, if I had known that it's that easy to take the motor mounts loose and slide that thing forward, because now, see, you got all these little zip tie and clip points through here, and I leave the zip ties in there so I know how they were. This is a clip. Actually, I think that thing clips to it, but anyway, with all this out, it gives me room to get all the wires going and where they need to be while the engine is pulled away from the chassis. One thing that's a little concerning about this rack is when she's up, maybe because it's just sitting as low as it is, but it's not very stable. I mean, it goes to a point and stops. So in that sense, it's stable, but I wouldn't expect that thing to rock that much. But I mean, it's a 1,200 pound scissor jack, and this motor is roughly, I don't know, probably 250, 270, somewhere in there. I can't find an exact number on what the motor. You do a search and you get what the bike weighs. I'm like, dude, do you not see the question I'm asking? I don't. That usually means there's not an answer for it. And the Shift Assist Pro you can put on afterwards. It actually showed me taking that off once I got it off, which I never had to take it off. I could have just left it on. But there's a clearance issue getting that thing out. So having it off, but this shaft is right behind the frame when it's all in its normal spot. So it is a little trickier to get it back on there. But it's designed to come on and off with the engine in the frame. So I got to go through and blow out all these connectors to make sure they're clean, because I may be the next one that takes it out. You never know. Always assume you'll be the next one to work on it. These guys that take shortcuts and stuff and go, you can pay for that. You may be the next one taking that thing out. Oh, I'll never see it again. Next thing you know, there it is. You're taking the motor back out, or whatever the case may be. It's just not worth it to take shortcuts. But the nice thing, without those pads, that thing slides very easy on the rack, and there's a little bit of grit on the metal, so it just slides really easy. But I'm at a point that I need to open up air and start once the motor is sitting where it's sitting. And they'll tell you exactly how to route everything. There's something there that was zip ties. That's that piece that goes down. I need to take them zip ties out, because they'll end up on top of the motor. And this little plastic thing, like I say, it routes its way and just lays flush on top of the cylinder, and it guides the wires in there nice and smooth. And then there's a bolt at the back right by the stator is where that anchoring point right there, right there goes. If you can see, it's got a hole in it. But anyway, look at all the rust left behind for that aftermarket engine guard thing that replaces a stock bolt. That's what I tell you. OEM versus aftermarket. OEM junk. And that's what's holding your motor. So I got to go clean that thing up. I'll lube it with something that'll hopefully last. Hardware with aftermarket stuff is always just subpar at best. But anyway, enough crying. Let's get this motor in this thing. I was walking by here the other day and I said, can't even tell them mountains back there. You can see them now. It's gonna make it cold out here though. All them clear skies. That fog has been keeping it down. It's been hovering right at freezing or below. But clear skies. Yeah, this weekend is supposed to be down in the 20s. I think one of them says 20. But up there at the house, it's usually colder than whatever it says. Because it's monitoring from downtown Toledo. Anyway, lock her up and head out. Well, hello there, YouTube. Getting home late tonight.
Yes.
It's 20 minutes to 8.
Yeah.
We stopped at Harbor Freight again.
Yep.
Goofed around it. We just kind of did one of our just roll down every aisle, just looking and relaxing and shooting the bull about whatever. Oh, I can use that to do this and that, and this and that. Ended up getting some things spent. Like way more than I thought we were going to spend.
I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, but good stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a Harbor Freight reveal tomorrow or something.
It's some cool stuff.
Yeah, but there's Danny flying by. You see a tail just going. Anyway, I reckon we're going to call it a night at that, because it truly is night. The fog is just thicker than thieves out there.
Yeah.
There's times where you see the stars in the skies, and then coming up the hill here, it was crazy.
Yeah, you can't see a car length in
What
front
worries
of you.
me is Christy's still out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Hope she's careful.
Makes me a nervous wreck.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll roll.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, and you guys have a wonderful Thursday or Friday.
Heck yeah. All right.
We see you in the morning.
Yep, we'll see you then. Bye-bye now.